Hello everyone, thanks for tuning into today's second video, doing JMA Friday for today's second video. So as always on a Friday, we're having a look at the weather from paired with Japanese CFS B2 models, and I shall get on with that for you in a moment. Just to say about the first video of the day was our 6 AM UK weather forecast. Got 10 to 14 down with all our regular features coming up for you shortly. And then this evening around 7 PM, we've got the 6th instalment of the Christmas countdown. So update number 6 for Christmas coming up this evening at 7. And then we're live at 10:30 with the pub run. So busy old damn. Going to be on the iron lung by the end of today, I think. Please like, share and subscribe on all of today's videos and content. And thank you so much everybody for doing that. Right, let's start off with the 500 millibar height anomaly for week 1 from a JMA from a North Pole and Northern Hemisphere view down. So this is the North Pole just here, got the wider arc circle around there, and they've got mid latitudes through here. So blue is extrapolating to below average heights, which is low pressure. Yellow, orange and red to above average heights, which is high pressure. And these are break down into week periods. The first week period will take us from the 17th to the 24th of November. But next week, really. So, week 1 has below average heights to the north and the northeast, above average heights to the south and to the west. So, winds generally coming in from a westerly direction from off the Atlantic. It should be a drier week compared to what we've been used to. Not completely dry, there will still be an influence from low pressure, especially so for more northern regions. But overall, that's looking a little bit drier. Now, week 2 is going to be the 24th of November to the 1st of December. Excuse me. And this one looks quite interesting. Below average heights setting up to our east, and above average heights, mid-Atlantic ridge to the west, extending away to the north. That could get the wind into the north. So that could be a colder end to November there with the JMA. The last week of November could yield a cold snap with that, as winds turn into the north. Weeks 3 and 4 will be the 1st to the 15th of December. Below average heights then in from off the Atlantic. And so that returns us to a westerly wind, really. So probably going more unsettled again. Unfortunately, after a couple of weeks off, deluge probably comes back. Though wetter there through the first half of December, but also milder with winds of the Atlantic. But we could get a northwest southeast alignment to the jet stream with that. There's a bit of high pressure up to the northeast, or quite a bit of high pressure up to the northeast actually. So that would stop the typical southwest to northeast flow that you tend to get in the winter. That will stop the typical zonal flow. And so as a result, we might start to bring in wind from more of a northwesterly direction. But overall, that's probably relatively mild and unsettled through the first half of December. But this is the tropical and mid-latitude view, so you can't see Greenland, Iceland, Scandinavia, all those areas off chart up here. But, of course, we've had a look at that view down, so we know what's going on. A reminder of the week 1 500 millibar height anomaly again, with the above average heights to our west. We've got below average heights, can't see them, but below average heights to the north and to the northeast. And so we probably set up to the westerly, maybe slightly northwesterly. So more than average week to come then. The air's coming in off the Atlantic. So we're in the yellow to orange colours. That's around a couple of degrees above normal. And it is a drier week as well, especially to our south and west. But north, still a little bit unsettled. Scotland, still a bit wetter than average. But elsewhere, we are significantly drier than we have been through the past several weeks anyway. Then over in week 2, which is the last week of November. It's the 24th of November to the 1st of December, with higher pressure in the Atlantic and lower pressure to the east. Winds probably then coming in from more of a northerly direction. So this is quite a change. We find that the temperature anomaly getting colder than average there, especially so, sorry. So we are a little bit on the periphery of it, I think, that northerly. It's particularly away to the east and the northeast of the country, but we see the cold temperatures, I would have thought. But yes, we do see a significantly cooler week there, a colder week through the last week of November. And it also goes drier as well in most parts of the country, both the far north Scotland exposed to those northerly winds, getting some wintry showers. So then weeks 3 and 4 will take us from the 1st to 15th of December with plenty of low pressure then in the Atlantic, so the temperature anomaly probably about average, maybe a little bit above. Just to our west it's a bit cooler than average, interestingly. And of course with low pressure coming back, it's going wetter again. So after a couple of drier weeks, we're back under the cosh again from Atlantic areas of low pressure and wet weather. The deluge returns in December there, maybe. Okay, let's have a look at the CFS V2 then, see how that compares. Again, these are 500 millibar heights anomalies that are broken down into week periods. The first week period takes from 17th to 23rd of November. So the next week we'll have high pressure ridging up from the south up the western side of Europe. That should bring us a drier and also a mild week as well. Not completely dry again, but probably still a bit of influence from jet stream, especially so for more northern regions where the westerlies will continue. But overall, a much drier week than we've been used to. Week 2 is the 24th to the 30th of November. High pressure events sitting just to our west, deep trough of low pressure to the east. That's bring down a northerly wind, but it's a little bit further east compared to where the JMA has it. So we're even more on the periphery with that. So to get into that northerly, we've got to back the ridge west, and we've got to back the trough further west as well. So probably, I mean, that probably is quite cool under that area of high pressure. I'd imagine there's night frost, but I think most of the northerly with that is passing away to our north and east. Then week 3 is going to be the 1st to the 7th of December. High pressure pulls a bit further away from us. The trough does start to back westward. So this could be a colder week into the first week of December, actually. Perhaps a little bit northwesterly rather than northerly. So it's not like a classic northerly for that. Got to get high pressure up to there. And that would send the wind into the north. So it's not very cold, it's not real cold northerly, but probably quite chilly with northwesterly winds there. And then week 4 is going to be the 8th to the 14th of December. High pressure builds back over Spain with low pressure around Greenland and Iceland. That gets wind back into southwest. So that is a milder week, potentially much milder, as we go into the second week of December. So temperature anomalies for week 1 from the 17th to 23rd of November. They're coming out much milder than average for next week. Week 2, still a bit above average, but certainly quite a bit cooler. This will be 24th to the 30th of November. Notice how cold it is to our north and east around here. No, that's where the real cold shot is going to with those northerly winds. As I say, we're just on the edge of that, really. Week 3 is going to be the 1st to the 7th of December. That one's about average. I think that could be quite a coldish week, though. And then week 4 goes milder. It's the 8th to the 14th of December, with the temperatures lifting back up as those southwesterly winds come back in. Precipitation, finally, for week 1, 17th, 23rd of November. A little bit wetter than average down in the south. That's the difference between the JMA and the CFS. Week 2, though, is drier. This is the 24th. 30th of November. Driving average in all regions. Week 3 will be the 1st, 7th of December. Average should maybe a little bit wetter than normal, especially so in the north, with winds in from the northwesterly direction. There might be some wind shear potential in with that. And then we pretty much lost the signal by the time we get through to week 4, which is the 8th to the 14th of December. But if anything, probably still a little bit on the wetter side, especially in the northwest. So it's a mixed bag, actually, today from the JMA and the CFS. Quite a bit of variation from week to week. It looks like we've got pretty good agreement, though, for week 1, which is going to be a drier and milder week. So next week should be quite a lot drier and milder than we've been used to. Possibly signs of a cold snap into the last week of November. It just depends how far west that high pressure is and, how far west the trough of low pressure is. We're probably going to be on the periphery of it, but it could turn a little bit colder into the last week of November. And then into December, I think we've probably got a signal for after a chilly start, we return back to westerlies and we go back to the deluge, maybe, into the first half of December. We'll see. Maybe just a snapshot of what the two models are showing. They could look completely different next week when we do JMA Friday again, but that's how they're looking this week. We're going to be back shortly, your 10 to 14 day, including all other regular features, so come back for that a little bit later on. And then we've got the 6th instalment of Christmas Countdown for you this evening. But JMA Friday this week, that's all now, and thanks for watching.